on my break, man. I gotta get to see her fast, man. I might talk fast. Just work with me, man. Definitely shout out to JB from Marcus Garvey Village, which Crackino. Um, I see there's a lot of good content, man. We have to be a little mindful about what we're doing here, right? You're putting information to the streets, and it's all for free, but it's not for free because there's a lot of people picking this content, picking this. There's somebody paying attention to this content, and they put it together, right? We have to stop thinking that what's real and what's fake. Now, whatever was real and what's fake, we could do behind closed doors, right? When I seen Goodfellas, we didn't see the mafia going all out strikes and beef about that. I'm pretty sure there was some mob guys, salute Prime. I know that there was some mob guys that was pretty pissed off about Goodfellas, about the Godfather 1, 2, and 3. Because they probably was like, that's not our story. Salute. Definitely salute to St. Louis, you know where I'm at. Boom. On that north side, you heard? You know what I'm saying? So being in tune, we never seen the mob go at it. What the mob did was they came together and found a way to get it back into Hollywood. So this is how you had, because if you paid attention to a lot of mob movies other than The Godfather, if you paid attention to Goodfellas played the storyline to Goodfellas, the one part of a storyline that went to them going to the feds the first time, played a whole part to American Gangster. You know what I'm saying? Nicky Barnes and all of them. But you have to understand, you have to watch both movies to realize that. There's a bunch of other movies that coincide with one another. They found the way to get it back. Look at the Frank Franchise guy. He's talking about crimes, even though he says he's not mob affiliated. What you think, there's other mob guys that didn't get caught up in these crimes that he's admitting that really happened? About these scams that they put together? No, we all get in the bag. All right, you found a way for us to get it back. We're going to control the narrative. And this is what they do. They're controlling the mob narrative. John Travolta just did the John Gotti joint that's on Amazon. Who was involved? The son. The son helped put that together. They control the narrative. With us, we have to learn to control the narrative. You understand what I'm saying? Now, looking at a great interview I just seen the other day with Shaquille. That was great. Boom. That was perfect. That was a great story about his time and his trials and tribulations in the situation. So now we get it. We understand it. We feel it. I think from this point on, anybody going back and forth online after they tell their life story is just foolish. You know what I'm saying? That's just my take on it. When it's like me, once I tell you my life story, I don't care. I go, oh, Zeke, you're lying. I don't give a fuck about all that. Or this is what happened. I don't care. Because I told you my life story. So I'm not going to go back and forth about something that happened. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, man, a lot of the rumors that are put out against people are being told by people that's in position of power. So a lot of time, us pilgrims, us pawns, when we listen to the story, we're hearing it from somebody who's reputable, who might be a 5-star general, 4-star general. So a lot of you guys that's on top, you got to come up with some type of union where you go, when we catch personal beefs, let's not throw the slander out there, because a lot of these pilgrims, they're listening to this and they're taking this for face value because who you are and what status you have. Got nothing to do with us. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how a lot of this information hits the street. It's not a pilgrim telling the pilgrim. It's a king telling the pawns, right? And that's how the information hits the street. They tell the pawns, yo, boom, boom, boom. Even if they know they're wrong, they're going to throw the information out there. So, with that being said, let's be very mindful. Just be mindful. That's why you always get two sides of the story. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, when you take it for face value, we go. And that's it. It's a go. Now, what I'm saying is, this is where I think dudes should go. I think it's time for dudes have so much content, y'all can make greater moves. I mean, there's more stories to talk about than the Don Moon thing. People would love to hear what was really going on in 1990. The real cracker. Because there's only two stories that everybody hear. And that's why we only hear it to the Supreme Team and Mob Style. The Blind Eye Boys never had a chance to tell their story. Other crews, like the whole crew, never had a chance to tell their story. We have, the original Purple City, they did make a DVD. They got a chance to tell their story, but y'all got to go check that out, Purple City. The original Purple City, KC and all of them. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. It was explaining the flow and, Wagon Taino. You know what I'm saying? We had the Raw Deal crew. There's so many stories that people want to hear. What was it like? What was the transition from Stick up kids, the dope era to how did crack change the game? How did crack turn guys that was really that couldn't sell a bag of dope into taking over project buildings like New Jack City? Some of these stories people want to hear. They want to hear why was Bernard Getz so crazy? Why was the train so unsafe with the pickpocketing and the mugging in 88, 89, 86? Because the drug game changed. You know what I'm saying? Once once the drug game changed, the politics changed. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think everybody has a story, man. And and I don't even care if you was a boss, you was a worker, you was a pilgrim, you was washing clothes. Everybody has a story. And I just think that people's stories isn't hitting the right places because you have to, because when you sit down at the table, somebody might go, well, was you out, what was, you know what I'm saying, what was going on in 88? What was going on in 90? You know what I'm saying? So I think, like I said, Shaquille, when you got a chance to speak to him, ask some real questions other than who was getting gunned down. You know what I'm saying? Who the hell was getting gunned down in the Ford building? Because we have to understand that we control a narrative now of what's going on with the new generation. I never seen John Gotti and them denounce the movie The Godfather. I never seen John Gotti and them denounce Goodfellas. Everybody gets money off the bag, man. Definitely $1 Billion Ambition. Yo, follow him on YouTube, man. $1 Billion Ambition, follow him. We never seen them go at them, you know what I'm saying? We never seen them go crazy and go back and forth. I think we're not controlling our rightful. We're not controlling our rightful rights to what we're doing. We're having fun here. We're going back and forth. We're beefing. We're arguing. We're slandering. We're losing our mind. Fuck the slander. Slander is promotion. The guy that give you something to talk about. I'm just trying to give you $1 trillion worth of game, man. You know what I'm saying? Because people want to hear these stories. Many people ask me about Zeke. What was the East Side like in 88, 89? They want to hear this. This is what they want to hear. Y'all wasting time going back and forth trying to try to rejuvenate a story. Man, nobody listen. Once you tell your story, and that's it. That's it. Then you move on. When you move on to, now let me break this down, because nobody wants to deal with nobody who has a lot of beef. Nobody has time to nobody's going to take you serious if you tell a true story on one platform and then the next platform you're going back and forth. Like he's confused here. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? You know what I mean? So sometimes some shit you just gotta ignore. That's it. Because there's money to be made. There's real money to be made. Do you understand what it's like for me? If I right now, many people ask me, Zeke, I want you to one day. This is a true story. Living 100 lifestyle. He's on YouTube. He take mad. No, he on IG. Living 100 lives. That's my man Chris. I don't know him personally, but he always showed me love when I saw them flicks. He posted up mad East Harlem flicks, not just mine, but he showed love to my mans like the Hill Ho crew and White. He showed, you know what I'm saying, just a lot of my friends, Pooch Dogs, Poodle. He posted a lot of pictures like Hassan for Rock, just like telling Blanco sent the picture that went viral with my man. Hit it on the nose, War Eagle, because we have to become business minded. It's just like the young boy screaming whoopty. Yo, that became a trend, but we don't get nothing copyrighted. There's a lot of trends that came from this Damush. You remember Shook Ones, Part 2? Remember when nobody knew what yellowback niggas was? Then Prodigy says it in the song, and everybody go yellowback niggas. And y'all know what yellowback mean? And when we say 550 yellowback and all that, nobody else was saying that but the homies. So he put that with the lyrics, and it just made the street guys or the dudes that was locked up co-sign it. So that's what made Prodigy more street. He started speaking that lingo in his lyrics. This is the Shook Ones. It goes, you yellowback niggas. Who was saying yellowback niggas in 88 on the block? 89, 90. Nobody was saying that. That was strictly a jail term he heard from his man, Sherman and all of them. You know what I'm saying? So this is history, man. Exactly. So that it's a bag in it. Mac's not stupid. He's sitting back somewhere going, he's putting on. And just touching on it, man. This has nothing to do with Scheme. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, Scheme because they do what they want to do when they do their videos. You can't tell them what not to do, what to do, what to do, what not to do. That's not what we get paid for. We get paid for success. But if Scheme chooses to make a video and say what he want to say, that's what he want to do. I just think that we need the mob up like the mob, control the narrative, because somebody sits back and start editing certain videos and going, I'm gonna make a whole, I can make a movie off of this, or make 2-3 movies off of this. You know what I'm saying? And let's have somebody, be a consultant and break everything down. They can get anybody. Y'all be mad when they get that one guy, was Herb in the 550 that was there. That's gonna be a consultant to a big blood movie, because that's what they waiting for. The world is waiting for what the fuck was going on in New York City in 1990 to 93. That means a whole lot, because New York is one of the biggest media places in the world. You see what Menace to Society did. And that was a movie about Bloods and Crips, but the Hughes brothers, they couldn't make it a Blood and Crip movie, because then they understood in a small box. But if you pay attention to Menace to Society, that was about Bloods and Crips and the lifestyle of what it was like to be Crip in Cali. They gave us the closest movie to California other than Boys in the Hood that was semi like that. They showed us scenes in Inglewood and this and that. You see, and just how he was talking about high schools and certain schools they went to. Like, I went to a different school than him. You know what I'm saying? Got to pay attention to these stories. Who do you think controlled those movies? They controlled the narrative. This, you know what I'm saying? Colors is another one, bro. Don't gang member niggas. Yo, we got the story for y'all dudes. These alleyways, the alleyway game is crazy. We don't see alleyways like that in New York that they see in LA, St. Louis, Detroit, and the rest of this. This alleyway game, dudes be getting smoked in these alleyways. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this is serious, man. I just think the next step's supposed to be to the sky. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The next step's supposed to be to the sky. For us to control the narrative, that's how we're going to get to the sky. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just something to think about, man. People are always going to talk. Let me tell you, do you believe that the mob was happy with The Godfather 1, 2, and 3? You think that some mob was like, nah, it wasn't like that in Goodfellas? You bugging. Do you think some of these dudes is like that in the center of the city? What do they call that movie? Oh, God. Do you think when they made, they only, like, Fifth John Gotti movie. Nah, that wasn't really like that. Of course you had dudes that was doing that, but they said, fuck it, we get in the bag. Yeah, you gotta have me in the movie. I could be the guy going to the store. Let me get a check. You hear me? We have to get accustomed to business and how to handle business. One thing I had an argument with K. Slay about, right? And it wasn't that important, but I thought it was important. But it really was. It was important, because I was like, yeah, my man J.J. Slay, he said, listen. Point blank. J.J. Slay was doing something local, but I made it international. With K. Slay from around the way, he made it international. He's seen something bigger than just me rapping in the hood. Shout out to East Harlem, though. That was smart, right? Look at where K. Slay is standing with what he was doing. He's seen there was a lane for what he was doing, and it worked for him. And he controls this narrative. No other DJ was able to be like K. Slay. You know what I'm saying? There's been many that tried it, but no DJ has compared to come to be like the next K. Slay. Because when you say K. Slay, you say the streets. That's how you do it, man. You control the narrative, man. We have to get in tune with controlling the narrative. And sometimes, like I told you, I'm not the most articulate person in the world, because I've been in the corners too long. I didn't have time to sit down and read encyclopedias. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't have time. I'm not going to be politically correct. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you something. Common sense is an MNF. You know what I'm saying? You hear me? Title Mills, common sense is an MNF, man. If you watch Carlito's Way, and the second one that had the Spanish guy with Puff and all that, if you watch how they played that out, it was the same thing. You meet somebody in jail, the east side was like this, the mob played a game to it, the guys on the other side, boom. It's all the same story. Like, yo, it wasn't like that, so what? You got me in the movie, right? All right, just give me like 5,000. The only people that complain about them old school movies that went live, okay, Frank Lucas' ex-wife, who cares? Because she didn't get a check. If they gave her 100,000, she'd just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? No, it really wasn't like that, because I didn't get a check. Because the part I played to it, because when they asked you to consult, you said no. So now we had to go up to freestyle some neutral guy. You know what I mean? And these are the consultants. You know what I'm saying? When they did Mob Style, who consulted that? AZ and some other dude? You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. That's how you get 250,000 real fast. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna help you narrate the story to the best of your ability. And then I'm gonna say is when they go, hey, why you let them put it out that for, man? That wasn't the original script. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna denounce it. Come on, bro. Control the narrative. The biggest narrative in the last 15, 20 years is mass incarceration in New York and that New York blood thing. I don't know if anybody's paying attention to it. That's what's really been in the media. You know what I mean? We have to start paying attention to the narratives, man. And once you get the narrative, you don't want to, it's like stock. Why would you devalue your stock by, okay, in this platform, I'm going to be real, but on that platform, yo, that's this, and I'm a real one, I'm going to blow your face off. Who's going to take you serious? Nobody's going to, oh, this guy's crazy. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to steal his content, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to steal when he said that real shit, and I'm going to get somebody else to co-sign that. And we're going to put together this actor that's going to come from California, and he's going to play that role for him. You hear me? People still love gangster movies, man. It's just the same stories. Why you think son keep getting a check? Bimmy's not stupid. That Hip Hop Uncovered. How many times are you gonna tell the South Side story? How many times are we gonna tell Preem's story? It's a check for that. Why? Because nobody else is doing nothing. So why not, Bimmy? Tell us again how you was getting money. Because 50 Cent got this show called Power. And it's and let me tell you how time is everything. And now that 50 Cent's supposed to do his childhood story, oh yeah, it's a go now. Listen, he about to do a childhood story. So what I'm gonna do is, I got an idea for you. I'm gonna do some Hip Hop Uncovered, how hip hop and the streets is together. Y'all gonna get some good guys together, and I'm gonna walk you through South Jamaica, Queens. Because the promotion's there. Everybody can't wait to see what 50 Cent, what was South Jamaica, Queens like in them 80s. Only difference is, when it comes to his version, 50 Cent controls the narrative. American Links was popping. I'm telling you a business, man. I'm not telling you nothing that's inflated. It's not about being a real nigga and a killer. I've never been a killer. Never been that type of time. I'm just telling y'all what's real, man. Somebody's all gonna disagree with you, but if there's a bag involved, chill, relax, my nigga. Relax. You're gonna get this bag, man. Because you don't think somebody's documenting all this stuff you're doing and clipping out what they think is real. You bugging. This is the biggest story out. They just trying to figure out who's gonna play who's gonna be what, and how they gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So why not y'all sit around and go, yo, we can put this shit together, get this shit right, and we're gonna take off. Now that everything is streaming. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they're supposed to do, Tato. Put it together, man. You tell your story and that's it. Get to the bag. Get to where I'm not gonna take you serious. Like, yo, you know what? We're gonna take them guys serious. What you think it was easy making a Godfather 3 movie? Do you not think the mob was not beefing about that? Like, you think a mob boss was sitting back like, yeah, make a movie exploiting us. You know what I'm saying? Do you really believe they sat there and let that ride? They was being told the blockbusters, enough money for everybody. Say no more. And you see, that's when the mob was trying to go legit. Because one thing the mafia always, think about it, how you make a movie about the Kosher Nostra? Mind you, if you get caught, they're telling you have to deny the Kosher Nostra. But in this movie, they're talking about the Kosher Nostra. Classic. But Sugar in 100 years, because a lot of mob guys in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, they got a lot of time because they had to deny the Kosher Nostra. So they couldn't cop out, they couldn't plead out. But with that being said, man, I hope this live was information. Get to it, get to the bag. Everybody has a story, man. I'm got the stream y'all popping up. We're going to start doing this, man. With that being said, man, I love you. I appreciate y'all and support everything moving us right. With that being said, peace.